welcome to another video with me. Today I'm going to go into a passion of mine, something I do as a job as well, I guess, and just something that I think a lot of people out there might like to know, useful things. So I'm hoping this is going to be number one in sort of like a series of videos in this topic. And what is the topic, you might ask? Fitness, basically, fitness, health and fitness, well-being, things like that. So as I say, I'm hoping that I can bring sort of a series of videos around those topics as they come to me, as I think of them, or as people approach me, ask me things, I might think, oh, actually that might be something good to share with the world. So today is going to be part one of two videos, I believe. It might develop even further, but I'm hoping to do at least two, and in each of these videos I'm going to cover 5 points that I think, or 5 useful things I wish I knew when I started my health and fitness journey, and I think are good to know before maybe someone else starts their journey, or even if you have started your journey, just 5 things that I think it's very important to know when you are trying to lose weight or just tone up, get healthier, eat more nutritiously, whatever it might be. I just think these might help. So I guess without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So number one, with these tips, I'm not battering them. I'm just gonna bring about my view and how I've sort of started to see things. So this first one can be a little bit maybe controversial, I don't know, but basically crash diets don't work. Now, before you come at me, what I mean by that is, for weight loss, a crash diet, yes, it might bring about that weight loss that you want, but the thing is about them is a crash diet doesn't help you understand food, it doesn't help you change your behavior around food, and it doesn't help you develop good habits with food. A crash diet is there to severely, mostly strict calories, cut down on a lot of things, but it doesn't teach you how to work with food, I guess, how to use food effectively to fuel your body. So this is what I mean by crash diets don't work. Because most of the time, I've had chats with many people where they've done a crash diet and then they've gone back to, well, they've done a crash diet, they've hit maybe their goal weight, so they go back to eating normally, but they end up putting all the weight back on because they haven't developed those behavioural changes or those good habits when approaching food. So this is what I mean by crash diets not working. You do need to learn. You've got to learn why we need certain kind of foods, why they're important, why we need them to fuel our bodies and how they fuel our bodies and things like that. So try and avoid going to a crash diet. Try and go towards eating nutritionally. Look at the nutrition in food. Find out what it is that the body needs. Do some research, read some books, talk to people that you know are in this sort of field. It's all going to help to get you to wherever your goals are. It might not even be weight loss, it might just be that you want to stop eating a certain kind of food because you know, actually that's not bringing me any nutritional benefit. Crash dieting on that won't work. You do need to try and figure out, well, maybe your triggers, why you're eating that and things like that. So this is what I mean about crash diets not working. So number 2, the second thing I wish I knew when I first started my health and fitness journey is the importance of strength training. Oh my gosh, I would love to go back whenever I started 6-7 years ago, I don't even remember now, and just sort of shake myself and go, do some strength training, this is what you need. So when I first started, weight loss was part of my thing, it's what I did want to achieve, but I did mostly want to tone up, slim down a little bit. It was not necessarily like lower the number on the scale, I just wanted to reduce some inches. So a lot of my workouts started as cardio based. Now I wasn't going out running because I don't run, I really don't run, but I would just do exercises that would just get my heart rate up. And I always thought if my heart rate was going really high, brilliant, that was it, I'm achieving what I need to achieve. Now, I'm not saying cardio is bad, definitely not. Cardio is good, you definitely need to have that as part of your workout program. Working your cardiovascular system is important, but so is strength training. I can't express how important it is. As soon as I started bringing strength training, even body weight strength training into my routine, I saw a huge change, and I saw it quite quickly as well for me. I think I was quite blessed in that I saw a change quite quick, but it really, really helped, and I certainly started finding myself, I wouldn't say getting addicted to strength training, but I was really enjoying it and appreciating it, and just knowing that I've pushed my body to do a lot of the things that I really at the time do not want to do. Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you. I'm hoping to maybe do a workout with me video, and hopefully it'll just express how much I'm hating it at the time. But as soon as I've done, I just feel so empowered and so great and strong, and I mean, it's just well worth it. And I do pair my strength training with cardio as well to just get a good blast of both. That's how I prefer to do it. Sometimes I have days where I'm like, right, maybe I'll just focus more on the strength training, but generally my programs or my workouts do combine the two because very beneficial, it feels great. And I can't express. And strength training for women in particular is so important. I don't think we are told or explained or taught enough just how important strength training for women is. And any ladies out there watching this, don't be afraid of strength training. You're not going to get bulky muscles that you see these blokes having from doing strength training. That is not how it works. To get those sort of muscles, you have to really train to extremes. Now, if you're just doing a nice general strength training program, you can definitely tone up without getting bulky. That is completely doable. It's what I've achieved. I say achieved. I don't quite have the six-pack I want, but I'm getting there. But it really is so important, and you do start getting nice and slender. The tone of the muscles start showing. I notice it a lot in my shoulders now, which I never thought I would like and enjoy. But strength training for women, definitely important. But strength training overall for everyone is so important. Even if you are getting older, that is it. I think that's the point in life where it's vital that you focus on trying to strength train as much as you can. And you obviously can strength train at different levels. Body weight is a great way to start because you're starting with what your body's used to carrying, and then you gradually increase that over time. So strength training, get it done. So this kind of leads nicely onto number 3, which is knowing your level is so important. Knowing what you're capable of doing when you start on a health and fitness journey, program, whatever, is so important. Now, if you are quite, I can never say this word, if you're quite still, it's a word I never can say, then going straight into a 40-minute high intensity, really like lifting, I don't know, 50 pounds or whatever, it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Your body is not going to be able to cope with that. So you do need to know your levels. You're going to have to start maybe where you don't want to. Maybe you see all these fitness programs and you're like, well, I want to be that person, so I'm going to go straight into that. That's not always going to happen. You might find that you'll have to adapt some of the moves. You might have to make them a lower intensity, and that's fine. You might have to do less reps, whatever, less time of each set, whatever it is. That is okay, because that there is still going to get you to where you want to be. You need to start somewhere. I didn't start going into full on, well, as I've already said, I went into more cardio-based workouts, and that kind of got me gradually at least getting used to my cardiovascular. And then when I started strength training, I started maybe 15 minutes of body weight stuff, and then I progressed that into maybe a little bit longer, then maybe adding some weights, bands, whatever. You've got to start somewhere, so don't push yourself to the extreme as soon as you start a program, especially if you are quite still in your life. So maybe you have a job where you're at a desk all day, or you just, I don't know, you just always sat down for some whatever reason. Know your body, listen to your body, and make sure that you start somewhere that's not comfortable, but not so uncomfortable that it's putting you off. You don't want to be put off doing your health and fitness program, your exercise program, you want to make it that you enjoy it at the end. So once you've done, you're like, wow, I feel great, I'm gonna carry on and keep going on to that next one. So please, please, please know where you're starting from. Don't jump straight into the deep end. Go to that shallow end, learn to swim over to that deep bit, and you will have great success. Number 4, accountability. That honestly helps so much. Now, fortunately, I am quite a get it done person. My willpower is pretty good. I'm very good at, like, if I know I want to do a workout, right, I've got to get it done, I will get it done. I can motivate myself, discipline myself quite well. A lot of people do struggle with this, especially if you find that your life is quite busy. Especially if you don't see the results as soon as you want to, it can be quite demoralising, demotivating. So having that accountability with a friend, family member, someone you don't really know, a coach, whatever, will help you keep on track. I work with a lot of ladies that have said that if it wasn't for me just giving them a call, texting them, checking in how they are doing, they probably wouldn't be still doing what they're doing, because they're not being held accountable to someone. And it's very similar to in a job. You know that you've got to get something done because your boss is going to be checking in. It's same thing with a exercise program. Having that someone there to help motivate you, especially on days where you're finding it particularly hard, just knowing you've got someone there to go, I need some help, I need some support, and they'll be there. And especially if that person as well is also on their own journey with you, if you're doing it together, you can bounce off each other, you can motivate each other, you can discipline, which is the big key thing, each other to do what it is you want to do. You can make that time, make sure that you make that time. You can maybe, when lockdown is over, if you struggle for time, like babysitting and things like that, if a friend and you are doing it, you can maybe bounce off each other. One set has the kids, then you swap over, and you can do your workouts then, whatever. Just having accountability really, really helps. So make sure you've got someone there to keep you on track. As I say, luckily this is not something I needed at the start, so I was okay. Most people are, well actually not most people, a few people are, most people do struggle. So have someone there to hold yourself accountable, and just, yeah, do it together, whatever. Just make sure you've got someone there to help. And lastly, which kind of again links a little bit to that accountability, plans are important. Now, plans are something I think that a lot of people struggle with, because they think if they make a plan, they have to stick to it to a T. That's not the case. And again, me and my friend have done a podcast on this, so I'll try and find it and link it below. Plans are there to help you organise what is important right now, what you need to get done. And I do it on a weekly basis, and as you saw before, let me just grab it, I use my Legend planner. I can't tell you already how many weeks are we in, I don't know, almost 8 weeks into the new year, how many times I've written out things for the week on the days I want to do them, and they haven't happened on those days. That's fine, because the fact that they're in for that week at least, I still get them done that week. So this is why having a plan is important for your fitness as well. And don't be discouraged if one day you thought, right, I've got time here, I can fit a workout in, and then that day comes along and it doesn't happen. If the day that you didn't plan a workout, you suddenly have free time, try and use that time as the time to get that workout done. Don't see it like, oh, I've got free time now, I can chill out, I didn't have anything planned. No, try and use that to, right, I've got time, let's get my workout done, just get it done. Things like that do happen. If you can stick to your plan to the T, brilliant, perfect. It's just, a plan is there to help you highlight what is important to you right now, and at least having it in there, your workout in there, so you know that you want to get it done, or even your meal plan, whatever, having it written down is going to make it more likely to happen, even if it doesn't happen on the day that you want it to. So please, 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 please make sure you have some kind of a plan to help you keep on track. It's so important, and it just feels great when you get to tick things off as well. I mean, subconsciously we all feel satisfied when that tick can be done and you know that that thing is out the way. So have a plan. Don't worry if you can't stick to it to a T. Plans are flexible. Listen to the podcast we've done and it will really, really help you figure it all out. So that's my first 5 top tips. As I say, some of those tips are things that I wish I'd known. Some things are what I think people need to know before they start, because it helps avoid disappointment down the line. So hopefully these tips have helped. As I say, I'm hoping to do a part 2, which I think I might record straight after this one. So keep a lookout for that coming in the next week or so. And hopefully this will be a great series of health, fitness and well-being videos. Let's see what it develops into. If there's anything in particular you want me to cover, do leave a comment below. And if you like these tips, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new and you are liking what I'm doing so far. I am still very, very new, but I'm still trying to push and figure out what I can help you learn, what I can teach, what I can share, based mostly on my personal experiences, because I think we need a lot more of that. No constant sunshine and daisies, because sometimes it's not that. Real life tips to help us get by. So if you like this video, as I say, please give it a like, a thumbs up, subscribe. There's a bell notification, I believe now. Just get it all done for me, and I will see you in that part 2 very, very soon. Bye!